Hey folks, just wanted to do a little video today to kind of show you the progress here on the Little Homer acreage that we have, trying to make better for deer hunting and habitat for wildlife overall in general. And it is today February 16th, and just a few things here as I kind of pan around a little bit here. This process started well over a year ago now. We had a forester come in, kind of told him what we wanted. She kind of wrote up a plan, came through and marked trees, and everything was good to go. We had put out bids for the trees, and we had two companies bid for trees. One was a lot more money than the other one, so we decided to go with the more money, of course. And they moved in. If you've watched my other videos, they came in, dropped off their equipment in April of last year, 2019, right? And went through, started working, and just kind of piddled around all summer and never really got anything done. After talking back and forth with the buyer of the timber, he got another crew to come in, but they weren't going to come in until after our contract was expired. So I had a decision to make. Do we, just cut them off, and the wood that was still left out on the property would revert to mine, and I'd go through this whole process again, or make a deal with the guy. So I decided to be a nice guy and had him come out and showed him an area that I wanted to have clear cut for food for the deer, to make kind of a food plot, a couple of different spots. And we did also sell some white pine trees and some more poplar that was on the property that our forester had said was no value, whereas the timber buyer said yes, there's value to it. So they purchased that from us. So we got some more money. I gave them a little bit more time. They have till the end of February now to get this done. And the crew they have in here now is the real deal. These guys have been, my neighbor that lives up here has said they've been working till 8 o'clock 9 o'clock at night sometimes. So just to show you, this is the area behind me now that we had marked for a clear cut, all except for this big oak that's right here. We decided that big white oak would be more expensive to cut down. It really wasn't worth any money. The buyer wasn't going to really give me any money for it. It cost more to get it pulled out of the ground and get the stump out of there than it was worth. So we decided to keep it. Hopefully it'll start kicking out a lot of acorns. It'll be another food source for the deer here. But you can see behind me towards the south, it's just still back to our regular woods. And again, there's a few oaks they still have to take out of there, a few hardwoods and some poplars. But for the most part, they said they'll be done in the next week. But this is the most amazing. This is what really was hard to swallow, to see your woods clear cut like this. Talked with the cutter, the loggers who are out here, and they have equipment to come in and clear this and to pull out the stumps. And so they could do that for me. They quoted me like $140 an hour. It's going to be expensive, but it's kind of pointless to have all these trees cut down and then leave it. It'd be great food for the deer for a few years as the browse would come up like crazy, but I'm really hoping to get some high quality food in here for them. There's really no ag within a few miles of here, so if I feel like if I can get some good quality food in for these deer, especially in the fall when the leaves are down and the green browse is gone, they should be in here like crazy. So it's an experiment. But no matter what, I mean, you can see there is a ton of brush, especially over in this section behind me. And I'll videotape some other areas where it's just a lot of tree tops, a lot of brush. That already has created a ton of cover for the deer. Whereas before, this was more like a park. If you watch my other video, you see this area that I'm walking through right here. Let me switch switch it on them here. Can't see to switch it, but anyway, I will switch it around so you can see. But this area I walked through on my first video way back in April of last year, and you can see it was just like walking through a park. Huge tall trees. This big oak right here behind me was a pretty standard tree. This one wasn't of much value because of the split right there, but most of the trees in the area were a lot like that. Big, tall, old oaks or white pines. And so we're having them cut out of here now. And again, hopefully this will all be cleared off in the next couple of weeks and all the stumps pulled out. And we can start messing around out here in terms of getting some lime out and getting some soil tests done first, of course, and then seeing what we can do to plant this. And then even more fun is how to hunt this area. We've got an idea. We've got ideas on how to hunt. We've got stand locations already picked out. So hopefully all this will work out, and this clear cut here will pay off, and we'll start seeing more wildlife, especially white-tailed deer. So this is crazy as I walk through this. It's like a bomb went off out here. But last week, at least last weekend, they were about half done with this, and now there's another food plot up behind me on this ridge, and another one on the other side, smaller ones that we're hoping will the deer might use as a staging area if this is too big for them. But we'll hunt, depending on the wind, we can hunt either area, north, south, east, west. We can sneak in from the roads. Should be able to, have 3 or 4 stands set up for use here, and just make sure that this property is well used. And then the rest of the property, which is about 30 more acres behind me, is just going to be focused on cover. So we can hopefully get the deer traveling or bedding back in this area. Does hopefully will bed closer. Maybe we'll even have room for bucks to bed back in the farther sections of the property. And we'll just focus on cover back there for the next few years, and then work on maybe directing them here and there if we want them to come in on the food plots in certain areas. But again, this is the big deal here. You can see lots of stumps, lots of brush to deal with, and some firewood. I have a goal to cut some firewood out here and to sell it to a local guy. So that'll keep me busy all summer as well. So I will do a few more videos here and to show you some of the other areas and what they look like right now too. So anyway, just wanted to show you an update on the Little Homer logging project. We'll keep you updated. Thanks for tuning in. And if you like my videos about deer hunting here, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and it will notify you when I make another one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.